In the grand theatre of international diplomacy, where flags flutter with dignity, interpreters whisper urgently into headsets, and diplomats sip mineral water with the solemnity of medieval monks, there exists an institution known as the United Nations. Officially, it is an intergovernmental organization whose stated purposes are to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, achieve international cooperation, and be a center for harmonizing the actions of nations. Unofficially, it's a high-stakes dinner party where 5 guests show up with their own chefs, wine lists, and veto power over whether anyone else gets to eat. Let us not mince words, though diplomats certainly do, often for 45 minutes about the word regrettable. The UN was founded in 1945 with noble ideals: collective security, mutual respect, and the dream that humanity might, just once, avoid blowing itself to smithereens. But somewhere between drafting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and arguing over whether a comma belongs after peace, the whole operation began to resemble a corporate board meeting disguised as a global family reunion, with Uncle Sam, Auntie Britannia, Cousin Moskva, Uncle Beijing, and Tante Paris holding all the shares. Yes, the Security Council's permanent 5, the US, UK, France, Russia, and China, enjoy a little perk called the veto. Not a suggestion box, not a polite, "I prefer we table this." No, a full stop, conversation ending, cosmic level, yet that can freeze resolutions colder than a Siberian winter. Meanwhile, the other 188 member states get to, well, observe. Like enthusiastic interns at a strategy meeting who brought cookies but weren't invited to speak. Imagine this: a small island nation proposes a resolution condemning oceanic plastic dumping. It gathers overwhelming support, 192 votes in favor. Applause echoes through the General Assembly Hall. Champagne flutes are nearly raised. Then, one of the P5 quietly clears their throat and says, "Actually, our naval exercises require biodegradable-looking polymers that, technically, aren't plastic." And just like that, the resolution evaporates faster than a puddle in the Sahara. This isn't governance. It's diplomatic puppetry, where the strings are held by nations who haven't updated their worldview since the Truman administration. The UN Charter may say, sovereign equality of all its members, but in practice, it reads more like, all animals are equal, but some animals have nuclear arsenals and permanent seats at the grown-ups table. And let's talk about those meetings. Oh, the meetings. Hours spent debating whether to say, strongly condemns, or, notes with concern, as if choosing between mild salsa and extra hot will stop a war. Meanwhile, actual conflicts rage on, refugees flee, and climate disasters unfold, while diplomats perfect the art of saying absolutely nothing with maximum gravitas. Even the seating chart is a geopolitical minefield. Place country X too close to country Y. Diplomatic incident. Assign them mismatched chairs. Cultural slight. Heaven forbid someone's flag is hung 2 centimeters lower than another's. That's practically a declaration of war wrapped in bunting. Yet, for all its absurdities, the UN persists, not because it's efficient, but because it's convenient. For powerful nations, it's a stage to perform moral leadership without actually having to lead. For smaller nations, it's one of the few microphones they'll ever get on the world stage, even if someone keeps cutting the audio when it's their turn to speak. So is it the United Nations, or the United Front? Well, if by united, you mean occasionally gathered in the same room while glaring at each other through interpreters, then yes, united. If by front, you mean a glossy facade masking a backroom poker game where only 5 players hold cards, then also yes. Perhaps the real question isn't whether the UN works, but whether it was ever meant to. After all, nothing unites the world quite like politely ignoring its most powerful members while they quietly rewrite the rules over caviar and carbon offsets. In conclusion, long live the United Nations, the world's most expensive group chat where half the participants are on mute, and the admin won't let anyone change the group name from Global Peace Initiative. Do not spam.